So I'll be honest, I used to really hate speed work. Build up of lactic acid in your legs, lungs feeling like they're going to burst, feeling sick, wasn't really my idea of fun. However, in recent months, I've grown to like and even sometimes love speed work. One of the things that's made a big difference is going along to do track sessions with my running club. That's really helped in terms of, you all feeling like you're there, suffering collectively, and also being able to share the camaraderie, which makes speed work a bit more light-hearted. However, I've also grown to like doing speed work on my own, and that's what I'm going to take you along for today, so I can show you one of the speed work sessions that I typically do as part of my training. Don't get me wrong, I don't necessarily think that every session that we do as runners has to be enjoyable. Sometimes we just push through it, we grind through it in order to meet a certain training goal. However, I think with something like speed work, if you can have some things that mix it up and allow you to enjoy it more, then it means that you're going to be more likely to stick with it and also reap the benefits as a result. So let's get out there. So as I get warmed up, I'll talk you through today's session. Today's session is a power hour, as I like to call it, and this just means going out for an hour and doing some speed work, but that hour will include a mile warm-up and cool down, so I won't be running fast for all of it. It is also a Fartlek session, so Fartlek is Swedish for speed play, so I'll be doing some speedier bits, some slower bits, purely based on feel. And it's also an up and back, so I will be heading up onto the downs, and that means that a lot of today's run will be trail, but also some road too. First mile then, taking it easy pace. I come out with 9:27 for the mile. Half of a mile of that has a hill, so 335 feet of elevation. So yep, just taking it easy, getting the legs ticking over. Don't want to max out too early. Mile number 2, I reached this nice long stretch, which has a bit of a bounce to it. Must be some like rubber in the path underneath me, but pushing things up slightly here, so I end up at marathon pace for mile number 2, 7:45 per mile, and then I pick things up a bit further along this stretch at 7:10 for the mile. And then I'm slowing down a little bit, safety first, crossing the road, and then I know that there's a section that I really want to run faster on up here on the right, which I really like. So for this mile number 4, taking it easier, so move to 8:20 for the mile, enjoying the views a bit too. And actually there's also a bit of ice out and about, so that causes me to stop and investigate, but also to take it a bit easier on the pace, getting past some of the puddles and some of the icier sections too. Tip number 1 then, for making your speed sessions fun, is have variety in there. Some weeks I might be doing my power hour as I am today, other weeks it'll be up at the track. But when I go along to the track, I'm never sure what the session will be before I go. Sometimes it might be a pyramid session, it might be intervals, the distances will differ. So that helps mix it up and keeps it interesting. So tip number 2 is find somewhere you like running to do your speed work. That can also help make it fun.
Yes.
For me, it's Castle Hill Nature Reserve, this little spot here with lots of little paths that you can run along on. But it doesn't have to be trails. I love the trails, so I tend to do speed work there, but it could be your favourite part of town. It could be running past a landmark that you like. But find somewhere that you enjoy running, because that's probably going to make your speed work more enjoyable. Mile number 5 then, and I'm picking up the pace here, doing some roughly 100 metre, 200 metre sprints, running fast on the sections that I like running fast on around the nature reserve here, stopping every so often, getting some views in, and also getting some shots in, and coming out with 8:08 for that mile. Right, it's time to turn back in a second. It is beautiful around here, amazing. Look at that. And yeah, I love all these little paths that you can run along. Not the easiest to run, but does make it fun. Kind of curving around those sharp corners, just on the edge. Ooh. Number 3 then is keep it playful. Sometimes people think that speed work has to be militaristic style intervals where everyone's miserable, but it doesn't. Keep it light-hearted. So it's goodbye to Castle Hill Nature Reserve for the day, and I'm heading back the way I came. Taking it easy over this section with the puddles and the ice, and coming out with 8:21 for mile 6. Right, let's mix it up again. Going to do about a mile at 5k pace here, along this nice, flat, smooth part. Wind slightly behind me now too. Right, about a mile there at 5k pace. I think I dipped just under actually. There was a bit of downhill and then nice bit of flat too. So I'm gonna head back towards town now. For the final couple of miles then, I am generally slowing down and doing my mile cool down here. The final thing I would say before the roundup is just, when it comes to speed work, make sure you don't really compare yourself to others. You know, some people, if you upload a run on Strava, will think, oh, that's fast, others will think, oh, that's slow, but it really doesn't matter. Focus on your own progression. So that is my power hour, my speed session done for this week. I'm just gonna have a stretch in a moment as my final thing for the session today. And do let me know in the comments below, what are the speed sessions that you typically do? Interested to hear, you know, what other people do in terms of their training. So thanks for tuning in, everyone. Have a good week, enjoy your running, and I'll see you all in the next one.